My name is Deepesh Patel, editor at Trade Finance Global, and today we're at Commodity Trading Week held at the Chelsea Football Stadium in London. I'm joined by Ben Hillary, Managing Director at Commodities People. Ben, welcome to Trade Finance Talks.
Thank you, Deepesh. Great pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, quick introduction. Who are you, where are you from, and what do you do?
Yep, my name is Ben Hillary. I'm the Managing Director of Commodities People. So I've been organising events, creating content, working with the energy and commodity trading industry now since 2009. And Commodity Trading Week is one of our flagship events. Run it in London, Singapore, the US.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of Trade Finance Global, we're delighted to be media partners of the event.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure over the years. So always good to have you all with us.
Thank you. And I guess the commodities trading market, well, the commodities and energy trading market is something that's certainly evolved in the past year or so. Can you just talk through what the key parts of that evolution have involved? Yeah,
it's been, commodity markets are always a fascinating place to be in. Arguably, the last 4 or 5 years have been more fascinating than most. Obviously, starting with pestilence, COVID, war, inflation, pretty much everything that could be thrown at it has caused a tremendous amount of volatility and a fair bit of chaos in the last few years. Coming into this year wasn't necessarily any great indication it would be any different, but actually the last year has been, it's felt somewhat calmer than previous years. This can probably be put down to a few factors. Obviously, governments around the world have been throwing a lot at having tighter monetary policy, controlling inflation, bringing some sort of stability to the forces of supply and demand. Another important side of it is resilience and learning within the industry. They've learned a lot of hard lessons. They've learned how to quickly adjust supply chain disruption. They've learned to act quick, to manage risk, and as a result, challenges that might arise now are somewhat mitigated. And I think the third factor, which is a really, really, really important one, is the role of technology. Just how much technology has evolved. AI is obviously the big buzzword, but for companies to even start to look at that side of things, they're getting their sort of data houses in order, everything. It just brings a lot better practice, a lot better insights for the traders, and allows firms to operate far more effectively.
Thanks, Ben. So you've got the uncontrollable things like the wars, the pandemics, etc., and then you've got the controllable items, which is where governments are trying to get on top of inflation, deal with monetary policy, and then you've got the providers that support the industry that are really looking at risk management, and that leads on to my next question. And a key important part of this conference is what the CTRM, Commodity Trading and Risk Management, and ETRM, Energy Trading and Risk Management providers are doing. What are they doing, and how are they evolving to some of these big changing trends that we're seeing?
Yeah, equally, this that side of the business has also been really fascinating. I'm seeing a lot of new entrants into the industry. There's been it's felt quite static for quite a while. Increasingly here and at some of the other events, we see a wide range of newer players who certainly we hadn't heard of a few years ago. The move to SaaS-based systems continues. It's very much the standard now. When we used to poll attendees in previous years, there was this perception that might be unsecure, and now it's actually quite the opposite. What I find really interesting is the development of ecosystems and how increasingly CTRM, ETRM providers are integrating and working with different providers of, say, advanced data analytics tools, so for example molecule sequant, or perhaps with different automation or AI tools, as we saw with Core and ClearDocs the other day. And the final element of it really would be the new products. Obviously there's a real rush across the commodities sector to get into environmental products, renewables, carbon, and that throws up all sorts of complex technology challenges in itself, particularly when you look at things like PPAs, for example. So providers are certainly becoming more comfortable and developing some really interesting solutions for those products also.
Thanks, Ben. And I guess leading on to my final question, perhaps you've started it. What's in stock for the next year, and what do you think are the key themes we'll be talking about this time next year? Well,
work is definitely well underway on that. I think we're running on the 7th and 8th of May due to a slightly later Easter. More of the same, a real gathering point for the European, for the global multi-commodity industry, particularly all things tech, risk, trading strategies, and so on. Some of these specific innovations we're going to be giving a bit more focus to trade execution as a whole. So we'll be bringing together various parts of certain existing tracks, to really provide a place for that trading operations, the trade execution specialists and leadership to come. We're going to have a more differentiated focus on derivatives and hedging. This is something we've recently rolled out in the US to great success. Something that will appeal to all, particularly those funds who are really getting into the market and those corporate hedgers. And then in the style itself, we've really found that increasingly the appetite for attendees to absorb information has developed. There's a lot more appetite for more interactive, deep dive, workshopy type sessions. You can expect more of that. And we're also toying with having an opening party, but I can't confirm that yet.
That was Ben Hillary, Managing Director at Commodities People, talking to us at Commodity Trading Week on Trade Finance Talks TV. Ben, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.